Okay, so I took my KIIP test. I'm at Busan University for foreign students, or I don't know, foreign studies, something with foreign in it. Anyways, um, it was in the building number 3. So now I have to go back to my hotel. Um, oh, by the way, the view is actually very pretty from here. I ended up going to the wrong building, actually. I went to F. My taxi driver was really, really nice. So he let me off. First, he tried my bank card, to pay. Bank card wasn't working for some reason. So I recommend bringing money. So yeah, I was near Busan Station. And then I got a taxi because I figured it'd be like the fastest way and I would know I would get here, what directions and stuff. So anyways, he took me here, tried my card didn't work. I had cash, enough cash to pay, so that was good. But I guess he knew I was still like kind of confused. So I tried to find where it was. Some guy pointed and said like go here and some talking, but it's all in Hangul, so I don't know. So yeah, I ended up going to the wrong building, and my taxi driver was there because like his GPS was telling him to go here based on the address I had. So I'm there. I tried to open the door's not working. Then he called for me. I guess he decided to check just in case to help me out. I'm glad he did. So he called this number, and then they told him it's not here, it's in this other building. So then he told me where the other building was. He's a very nice man. I'm very glad he was my taxi driver. By the way, it was like 23,600 won. It was like almost a 50-minute drive. There was traffic and stuff like that. So I got here a little later than I expected. So I suggest leaving early. But anyways, it's coronavirus, so we had to line up and space out like a meter apart or so. Then we go in, and then I gave them my paper and my passport. They wanted my ARC card, so I gave them that instead. That worked better. They also take your temperature. Those iPad-looking things, and they write that number down. Then he told me in Korean to go up the stairs. I was like, up there? Because all I saw was a woman go up there, so I was basically going to follow her. So I did that. Then the woman I ran into while I was walking up the hill was there. I was talking to this woman after I left my taxi driver, and he told me it's in this building. I talked to her for a bit. She asked me some questions. Then when we separated, when I went into line, because she was going directly in the building, she told me that she's actually one of the supervisors for the test I'm about to take. Good to know. Oh, yeah. Okay, so here at Busan University of Foreign Studies. Okay, that's what it is. Here's the name. I don't think I can see the name. Yeah, so that's the school. Okay, so anyways, so did that. Went to the room they told me to go to once I got to the top of the stairs because there were 3 women. One of them was a woman I met, so she's like fighting. It was like, and then I went to where they told me to, checked in. They take your phone, and they want your ARC card again, just to make sure, I guess. They put a sticker on your phone that lets you know like where you're sitting and your phone number. They're basically just going to speak Korean to you. I don't know really any Korean, so it's okay because they pointed things out to me. Some of them seem to speak English, some don't, but they're gonna go for Korean for the whole room. So yeah, I sat down, had to wait. Test time's supposed to be at 12:30. Supposed to be at 12. Test time was supposed to be at 12:30. It didn't start at 12:30. They end up telling you, how to fill out the forms and stuff at that time, basically. Then they give you the OMR card and a pen for the OMR card. More information helped me figure out where I was supposed to do the marking part. She drew it on the board, so I knew what I was supposed to do. So then they give you the test, and it's like A or B, and then you have to fill in for that A or B. A little more talking, and then you start the test at 1 o'clock, and it finishes at 2. You have 48 bubbles, fill in the blank basic. Oh, the bubble, fill in the bubble. Some are fill in the blank, and it seems like some are like multiple choice. So after that, you then, let's see, multiple choice in that. There's 2 questions. Number 49 and 50 are actually like paragraphs. So you read it, and then you're supposed to answer it on the back of the card. I did not make it that far. I made it to number 30, so obviously score's not going to be good. Like I said, don't really know Korean. I tried to read, try to figure out what I think from what I already know, from running into people and talking to them, like restaurants and coffee shops and whatever. By the way, there was a coffee shop question on there and a nail shop question too. So yeah, if you actually go outside and speak to people, you'll at least recognize some of the words on the test, basically. So yeah, after that, they took the test. We had like a 20-minute break. Then my room, started going to do the speaking portion. So they would call you 5 at a time, and that's when you'd have to pick up your bag, and they'd, take your phone. I don't know Korean, so I don't know who they're calling. Like, I was number 19, I don't know. So, there's a little walkway over here, apparently. Some guys came down it. Anyways, so, let me show you that way too. Yeah, so I don't know Korean, so I basically just looked through the window to see when he would pick up my phone, which is easy to spot. It's the thick one, because I gave her my whole case, and it has a Hello Kitty keychain that I got from Kizzy on it, so I could see that. So when I saw my phone, I knew that was going to be my group getting called next. So I just waited. They got up. I checked to make sure my phone was still there, and then yeah, I just got up, grabbed my stuff, and followed them basically. I was the last one. So then you walk to the room. You walk to the room, then you put your stuff down again, everything off of you except for your ARC card and the papers you had to fill out, because they gave us papers again. You have to write your alien registration number, the date, and your name on it. So yeah, they give you those papers after your 20-minute break. Tell you what to do. They had to help me because I could figure out the other part, like the name, because I can see it on my ARC card, in the Hangul part, but I didn't see the other part. It was date. Just let you know how bad I am at Korean. So went there, dropped my stuff, went in the room. I was on the left end, the little desk. So they started on the right, went to the left. Then for that you had to read first the paragraph that's taped to the desk. Then he picked apart some part of that. By the way, they stopped me like halfway through. Knew I wasn't going to do well probably from how I was pronouncing things and how long it was taking me compared to the other people because they could all read. So I picked something, so I thought he was asking me a question about it. It's like, no, apparently you have to find it in your reading, and then you have to read from that point on again. So he pointed down, so I looked at it. I was like, oh, I found it and just start reading. They're like, but yeah, that part was okay. Then they started asking you questions, and I don't know what they were asking me. So the first time, everybody else was able to answer, and I kind of freaked out a bit. So it was like, basically I said, Nanun, Hangul, Mall, and then Choco Mall, like little pinching thing. I was trying to say I don't know much. Then they go back around. So then they asked me a question again. When they asked me the other question, after freaking out the first time, I was able to say, Nanu, Hangul, Upsul, or Upsul, or whatever. So I don't speak Korean, basically. And I said Miane first, which is sorry. Or I don't. So then they went back around, and then they had to come back to me, and then when they did it that time, she's doing a little thing. She knows I don't. By the way, the woman, there's 2 people in there. One was a guy, don't know who he is, hadn't seen it before, but the woman was actually the woman in my room who was my, supervisor person who was, when I realized I don't know what you're talking about here, she drew it on the board so I knew what to do. That was her. So she knows I don't know Korean. So yeah. So she did the little smiley thing, like she knows. And then I was like, no. It's like, she even shook her hand with the hand thing, like, yeah, no. It's like, I can't. I can't. And they went back around, and the other people were able to answer the question, of course. So that was basically the test. I will say in that 30 minutes, I went to the restroom real quick. The 12 to 12:30 part, went to the restroom real quick. Then about 10 minutes before 12:30, she told people, to hurry up to do the restroom because you can't go to the restroom during the test. I could figure that part out. Like, hurry. And then she said that they'll give us 5 minutes, which also was in Korean. I could figure that part out, basically. But yeah, basically they said they'll give us a 5-minute warning, and then you hurry. And then they'll give us a 2-minute warning, and you start marking stuff. But I already know I don't want to risk getting into any level higher than what I'm actually at, which I'm pretty sure is a 0, because it's not going to help me in the long run. It'll shorten my time if I manage to pass it somehow. But it's not going to help me in the long run. I want 0. I would have just gone into 0. I tried to go into 0, but the website isn't popping up with any classes for level 0. So I was looking around and people were like, I recommend you have to basically take the test to even get into level 0. So yeah, they're like, it'll take months. Somebody was saying they had to wait like 5 or so months to get into level 0. So yeah, I just took it, basically. So that's pretty much why I was there. So I didn't expect to do well. I just wanted to be there on time so I could get into the program, basically. But yeah, that's basically what it is. By the way, the placement test, placement test is 30,000 won. Apparently it's not paid with your like bank card or like a credit card or anything. It seems to be like you pay it by a bank account. And I don't know how to do that, so my boss had to do that part for me. So yeah, she paid and I just gave her the money. So that was nice of her. And then we printed off the receipt, multiple copies, just in case. But yeah, so it's fine. Wasn't bad. I actually got out pretty early because some people said you had to be there for like 5 hours, depending on when your group was called. I left just a little bit after 3 o'clock. So actually not bad. But I am very hungry. You could hear my stomach. I would apologize to everybody else, but again, I can't speak Korean, so I can't even say sorry, except for miane. I think stomach is gooey, as much as we got here. But anyways, the test was fine. I will say I really, really, really suggest you pull out cash from your bank before you come here. Taxi was good. We did have some traffic, and there's like a little road construction area, and that's basically where it slowed. By the way, yeah, it's up a hill. It's up a hill. That's also why I took a taxi, so I wouldn't have to walk up this hill, because I had torn my ACL in May, and I had surgery in June, and the doctors still like don't hike. So I already know, like walking around, how it feels for me. But yeah, this is up a hill. It's supposed to take like 13 minutes from the bottom of the hill to top of the hill. But yeah, I just took a taxi. So I suggest if you're gonna take a taxi, just in case your bank card doesn't work, like mine didn't for some reason, bring cash, enough cash to pay. Just bring double whatever Kakao Map says it's gonna be, or Neighbor Maps, whatever you're using. Just double it. Just bring it. It was actually a little more than Kakao Maps said it was gonna cost me. But it was good. Yeah, when I checked last night to see how long it was going to take, it said it would be like 33 minutes or something. Today, it was not like that. It was almost 50 minutes of what it said. But yeah, anyways, today's nice. I'm going to do something today. If Kizzy's free, maybe I'll hang out with her. I don't know. Or I'll just go find something. Have another night in the hotel so I can rest and sleep, relax in the tub or something. Yeah, I'm happy. Oh, and I got the job. I interviewed for a job in Songdo. Apparently I got the job, and I had to send them my stuff yesterday. They wanted it. They interviewed at lunch, and they wanted the information by that night. So here's the sign for the school. I don't know if this will help you, but there you go. But yeah, so I got the job, came here. Let's see, I got to the bus station 10 minutes before my bus was going to leave. Got to my hotel. By the way, oh, that's another thing. Okay, so I was originally just going to take the subway because I'm more comfortable with the subway, because sometimes buses won't stop if they don't see you. So, or like if you get to the bus too late, they kind of like just take off because they didn't really see you. So to avoid that, I was going to take the subway because I don't really have that problem with the subway, so I'm more comfortable with it. The subway will always stop at every stop. But then I was trying to go down at Sasang subway station, and apparently it wasn't working, because when I walked down, one side of the escalator wasn't moving, so I was like, okay, I'll just walk it. And then there was some people coming up, and then this guy was coming up, and he said something to the woman in front of me in Hangul, and then he looked at me. I didn't understand. She turned around, but I didn't understand. So then he shook his head, so I figured, okay, it's not working. Which would explain why the mother with her daughter was saying like something chincha, which basically means something really. But they were looking at me when they said it, so I thought it was something about like what I was wearing or whatever. Apparently it's about the subway. That's another reason I want to learn Hangul, so I can stop being so confused all the time. Okay, now I'm at the bottom, so I need to figure out what bus to get on. I'm not taking a taxi because, my card didn't work. I'm just going to take the bus. I have a bus card. So that'll be fine. But the bus was actually faster than the subway, actually. We did end up missing a guy. He tried to run, and the guy took off. I guess he didn't see him. But yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go. I do recommend taking the test. Apparently my scores will be available in like 2 weeks. So then I'll find out how I did, and hopefully I can just get into the class if there's slots available. But yeah, I need to find out where the bus stop is that I need to get on, because I don't know when the bus comes. And, sit down and eat something. I'm hungry. I looked it up online, and they said they do like a video. You just sit there and they put on a video, and then you wait until your group is called. But they didn't do a video. I'm guessing because of coronavirus, they don't really want everybody in the same room together like that. So they just kept you in your testing room, and then they called you. Nothing was playing, so you're pretty much just there. I just kept reading the papers they gave me, basically, to try and practice my pronunciation. But I did it in my head, so it didn't disturb anybody else. But yeah, so I guess it's a little different than how the test would usually be done. Although people said you need like a computer pen. I guess at my site they don't use computer pens, so I didn't have to do that. You needed like a ballpoint pen and OMR marking card pen and tape, like white tape, correction tape. So I bought all that from like Daiso at Sasan bus station. West Busan is the station actually, but it's Sasan. So yeah, did that, got here and didn't even need it apparently, because it gave you like OMR pen. And we didn't have I didn't need the computer pen because we didn't have computers. I did have my little black ballpoints. I brought one of every color actually, like the blue, the red, everything, just in case. I used that for the other paper because my name is too long to fit in the little box. So I used that instead. Yeah, that's pretty good. Not bad. Yeah. So I guess don't be worried, just go. I know some people said that people in the group couldn't speak at all, but that's not how my group was. That's not how my room was. Like everybody basically understood what she was saying, and I just didn't know. But yeah, have a good day. Bye.